Our 101 and Madagascar looking to get their first win in this competition. And while there'll be a window 3 in early July, but you have to think that if they don't get a win tonight, it is really going to make things difficult for them. Not impossible by any means, but it will be a lot harder to try and get out of this group. You need to finish top 4 in the group, as Côte d'Ivoire coming out now. You see Jonathan Cissé there, Moulare, a bunch of men who have had very good games so far. This is a back-to-back, so it is not good. I think we might see some tired Levs, but Kevin Yebo there says, not if I have anything to do about it. Obviously plays professional for the Niners, the BCL team. Sure you guys are very familiar with that man. And well, one of my favorites, Jean-Philippe Daly, plays professionally in France, 77, ringing out the list for the Côte d'Ivoire players, and coached by Miguel Angel Hoyo Ramos, the Spanish international coach. And now, the home team tonight here in Senegal is Madagascar, ranked 103rd in the FIBA World Rankings. They're going up against the 39th ranked team, Côte d'Ivoire. They went 0-3 at this last FIBA Afro basket competition. And well, it's a growing federation to say the least. And we will keep an eye on number 7, Kiadi Mijoro, as he is the young 20-year-old who has just put himself on the map in these past 2 games that Madagascar has played, along with, well, there's a few of them that play professionally in France. And though it won't be easy, I'm sure head coach, there he is, Jean Douaglin, French international coach. But we'll take a quick pause for the playings of the national anthems.
Hymne national Madagascar.
Oh, a lot of respect for these two coaches. As well as the players. Côte d'Ivoire trying to go perfect in this window. Can they do it here tonight? They would end up 3-0 And, well, they will have qualified for the second round. And tonight's referees, Jean Savoir, Ramiriza, Claudio Iuba, and Amre Zahid are calling the games here tonight for us. Some last minute warm-ups. And there are the starting five: Mulare, Kra, Yebo, Utara, and Dali. So a little bit of a different starting five for Côte d'Ivoire in this game. Madagascar, like I said, 0-2 right now, but that does not mean a lot. And fans are going to get to see number 7 right there, Kiadi Majuro. He'll be in the starting lineup. So Mateus Madi has also had a good first 2 games. Kiadi Majuro, Hasina, Sidraka, and Johan are going to get these starts for Madagascar, and a similar starting lineup that coach has gone to in the previous 2 games. So head coach Jean Duaglen, the French international head coach, but very, very familiar with FIBA Afro teams, and he's assistant coach for this Côte d'Ivoire team actually back in the day. And so like I said, he's very familiar to this competition and these countries, so I'm sure he will have his team well prepared with the assistance of his assistants. As both teams heading back to the bench now, and well, like I said, Côte d'Ivoire, it'll be a great window if they end it 3-0. Not so easy though, because like I said, both these teams have had a lot of games in the last couple of days.
First offense, we try to play motion all the way. Momo, you with the ball in the left, okay? JP on the top, Asemian 45, Junior corner, and Kevin here. We swing the ball, back door, end off, okay? Momo coming.
This is a back-to-back game. And there's the TISO countdown clock. We are a minute away from tip-off. And like I was saying, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt Coach talking to his players. This is a back-to-back game for both of these teams. They played Thursday, day off on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You call it a day off, it's not really a day off. I guarantee you that they were recovering and preparing for the next 2 games, but this is what it takes to try and qualify.
Pop, roll, okay, guys, let's go, eh?
You need to finish, just for those of you tuning in for the first time, you need to finish. There's 16 teams in the first round in the Africas. You need to finish top 12 to move on to the second round. And then out of the second round, 5 African teams will qualify for the 32-team FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027 edition. And Côte d'Ivoire absolutely want to be back at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. They were there back in 2023, and I'm sure they would like to get back there and have a better competition than they did. Finish 27th at the last FIBA World Cup.
C'est parti.
evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers here in Dakar, Senegal. It is game day 3, window 2, Madagascar winning the jump over Côte d'Ivoire, and they have the first possession. And gets all the way to the lane, a little strong on that jumper is Madi. And now Côte d'Ivoire, their first possession. Moulare, who's had a great couple of games, gets all the way to the basket, but can't finish. Now we have a nice outlet. Oh, but good job getting back defensively as the outlet pass is picked off. Extra pass was open for the 3, decides to attack. And that one's no good, tries to tip it out to his teammate. And high intensity to start the game by both these teams. And goes with a little underhand floater, is the star of this Madagascar team, Kiadi Majoro. As an Menina, we'll go with Kiadi Majoro to be able to get it out quicker. And 20 points a game, that young man has been averaging, plays professionally in France. And, well, if you didn't know about him before, you were definitely going to know about him after this window. And that 3-point shot, first points of the game. No surprise, they come from that man. A miscommunication, no one gets back on defense, and an easy flush for Hasina. Moulare has made 1, can he make it 2? No, this time they get back defensively though. And spin move, gets his own rebound, can't put the putback. And now Côte d'Ivoire have numbers, but I think it went off his leg, and it did. So Utara, who's played limited minutes for Côte d'Ivoire in these first couple of games, is getting a start. And I mentioned that if you're just tuning in, Coach Miguel Ramos has gone with a different starting lineup. Not completely different, obviously he has the mainstays, but I like that he has confidence in some of the bench players, and they're getting a start today. And like I said, this is a back-to-back game, so we're going to see probably a little bit of fatigue from some players. And when you have a deep bench, it is definitely beneficial in a quick window like this. Kiadi Majoro, pass goes off the leg, I believe it is, off the foot of the defender. So a new shot clock will be reset for them. And nice little pull off the mark is Sikraka though. Moulare, penetrate, kick and drive, and no one near him. As that 3-point shot is good. So Côte d'Ivoire had success from the 3, making around 30 points a game in their previous 2 games in this window. And Kiadi Majoro, nice pass to the cutting big, and a nice finish around the basket. Moulare kicks it back out, again left open for 3. Can he make it? No, but Yebo there for the offensive rebound and putback. And tough shot, spin move, baseline. Moulare, 12 points a game in the 2 games he has played. Semien Moulare attacks the basket, loses his defender, not able to make it. Now Madagascar doing a good job running the fast break. This time Côte d'Ivoire have everyone back and they're ready to defend. That ball was deflected. And Madi, shake and bake. Oh, maybe a foul. And one possibility. And no, the foul was going to be called on the ground. Like the ball handling though, little hezzy crosses over. There's a hezzy through the legs. And foul gets called on the ground. Yes, we have a couple of substitutions, and we saw Coach Ramos do this for Côte d'Ivoire earlier in their games as well. He definitely likes to go to his bench early, and wanted a sign of a coach having trust in his players. And that deep three is no good. And two, when you have 3 games in 4 days, it's something you have to be able to do as a coach to give your team the best opportunity. Zuzua gives it up to Dali. Dali, unselfish basketball here at Côte d'Ivoire. And now Zuzua, corner 3, no good, but an offensive rebound. And that time, 2 meters behind the arc. Doesn't matter, as Côte d'Ivoire are feeling it early. Cisse credited with the 3 on that one. And Madi, his shot no good. And another 3. And almost another offensive rebound on the miss. They got numbers 3 on 2. And Madi, nice reverse finish. As Madagascar not going away, and this time a turnover. And another miscommunication defensively, and left open from 3, and he makes it count. And they're just not talking, so it's only 9-11 with 4 minutes left to play. Mismatch inside, but it's going to be a foul on the pass. So Hasina is going to be called with that one. Substitutions for both these teams. And like I said, 3rd game in 4 days. So no surprise seeing some early subs by both the coaches. And Matthias and Mamadi on that highlight. Nice reversed. Big time rebound there by Yebo. Yebo. Not able to finish, but he will go to the free throw line. Yebo makes the first. This is the second, but gets his own rebound. That flush is no good. Madagascar trailing by 3. Marco wanted a screen, gets a screen and makes it count as they tie the game with 3:30 left in the first. Points now for Yebo, doing the dirty work. She always does for Côte d'Ivoire. Whatever his team needs. Not really a type of player who needs sets run for him. And that time coming up with a steal, but not able to hold on to it. And open underneath, but rejected. Gets his own rebound, no good. And there, the tip in. So good job staying with it is Madagascar bigs underneath the basket. And I believe it was Roman Farali Farlai. Nice hands, strips Yebo. He brings the ball down a little bit there after the spin move. And just a good job, Marco Rakutva comes up with the steal and is fouled. This time, again, not able to get the jump shot at the free throw line to go though. We're tied at 14 apiece. Skip pass to the corner. Doesn't settle, misses the dunk though, but there for another offensive rebound. So offensive rebounding becoming an issue, I think, for Madagascar, as they have given up 5 offensive rebounds already in this game to Côte d'Ivoire. And this is the first. Madagascar now trying to run their offense, does a good job getting to the free throw line. It's going to be the first free throws for Madagascar in this game. So Anthony Nelson Severin. Makes the first. And makes the second. Madagascar, if they can play like this for the next 32 minutes, excuse me, they are definitely going to give themselves a chance to have one of the biggest upsets in the history of their country. As a travel, so ball back to Madagascar. A strong take, no call there by the referees. And then a fumble for the rebound. Got a minute 30 to play. Yebo. Uzua up top. It's all the way, and I think it just, I don't think it was tipped. I think it fell out of his hands. Maybe a foul was called. Let's take a look here. So he gets all the way into the key. Oh, and there it is, yeah. That was a good call by the referee because until I saw the replay, he's saying he had all ball. I think Rakutuva had some ball, but he also had a lot of arm, a lot of hand on that action. Rakutvao, excuse me, number 30 for Madagascar. And Côte d'Ivoire go perfect from the line, so they are now up 1 point. In this game. The response is open. It was a good look by Marco, but not able to get the shot down to go. They go up top. Doesn't flush it home, but it was a great finish by Côte. And draws 3 defenders, so people were open, but Austin decides to take it himself. Now running the break. No good, so Madagascar are gonna have one last offensive possession. Don't wanna shoot too early. I'll say that. And if you can get all the way to the rim, why not? Kicks it out, that 3-point shot, no. So now Côte d'Ivoire are gonna have a good look. They got 10 seconds. Gotta go a little bit quicker. Not sure if they're aware. They are definitely aware. No foul call that time, loses the ball. So a slow finish at the end of the game for both teams as Cisse. That was the pass to Côte. The alley-oop finish. Well, after 10 minutes of play, Madagascar giving Côte d'Ivoire a run for the money, 16-19 at the end of the first quarter. Some statistics for you. So 27%, 33. Not many trips to the free throw line for either team. And not taking an enormous amount of threes. Côte d'Ivoire, I think, hit their first three-point shot attempts almost, and then started attacking the basket, either scoring inside the paint or getting to the free throw line, second part of that first quarter. As we get to watch some highlights from the first quarter. We have a game, folks, and well, I think we could say we have a game also because Kiadi Majoro, the star for Madagascar in the first 2 games, has been averaging 20 points a game, and well, he has 0 points right now in this game. Kiadi Majoro, 20 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, shooting 53% from the field. And his team have been getting it done so far without him, as he has 0 points. He only played 4 minutes, so again, I said this is a back-to-back game for both those teams. Go ahead and pull out your phone and scan the QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app. Or if you're a little bit too late, go ahead and log in via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of FIBA basketball competitions. Well, very nice start for Madagascar. This is a team, well, they typically average in the 70s in points. I think they're around 73 points a game. I think they gave up a few too many offensive rebounds. 5 offensive rebounds for Côte d'Ivoire. And out of those 5 rebounds, they have 7 points. So it has to be a little bit of a point of emphasis. And strong take to the basket. Nice finish with his left hand. So Kouadio joining the scoring ranks of this Côte d'Ivoire team. And a turnover, and it's going to be an easy 2-point bucket flush. As comes up with the steal, Zuzua. Gets out, nice headman. Three-point shot, front rim. So offense slowing down. Côte d'Ivoire running the floor hard, and just a great job finding your big man. No one there to stop him. Is Patrick Tape. Gotta love when you see The bigs running the floor hard, and then they also get rewarded, flying in for the offensive rebound, but he is swatted away, and it's going to be another easy fast break basket. And we have a timeout. Douaglin, head coach of Madagascar, not liking the way his team has started this first quarter. They have been outscored. It is an 8-0 run for Côte d'Ivoire in the first minute and a half.
Donc on vient de prendre 3 contre-attaques. Qu'est-ce que j'ai dit auparavant? Et les gars, restez concentrés, on prend les tirs. C'est défense derrière. Jouez bien ensemble pour avoir des choses propres. Quand on rentre ici, sont 3 dessous. Arrêtez-vous et prenez un petit tir à mi-distance. Dessous, c'est costaud dessous. Ok? Citraka, tu vas pour Arnold. Ok, Kiad, tu vas pour Marco. Ok, Austin, tu restes. Tu vas pour Austin. Ok? Tu te prépares.
Well, we are back. Let's see what Madagascar are going to do after that timeout. Well, they go straight inside to the big man. Goes to a jumper. That one no good. This time getting back defensively, but just a strong take and an offensive rebound, but that one's rejected. No, they're going to call a foul. So Kone is going to go to the free throw line. And Citraka, I think, is called for it. Let's take a look here. Oh, he had a lot of ball. He had a good amount of ball. Kone. Oh, no, sorry. He's actually called against Kiadi Majaro. So it was a good block, I should say, by Citraka. So another trip to the free throw line for Côte d'Ivoire. And that one no good as well, but comes up with his own miss as no one boxed out the shooter. And this time, well, Kone doesn't miss that close to the basket. Côte d'Ivoire with a very big, strong start to the second quarter. Points this quarter, they see it 11-2. And a lot of those points have come off on that pass to absolutely no one. A lot of these points have come off of good defense and getting out and running. So turnovers haven't really been an issue for Madagascar. I think the issue is missing some shots and then not getting back defensively or giving up long rebounds. Lare gives it up, but gets it right back. And I think there is a foul called. A little bit too aggressive defensively is Joan. Trying to go inside. They do. They have the mismatch down low. Help side late to come. And an easy finish for Quadio. 6 points for him already. Madagascar desperately need a shot to go in, and it's not gonna be Mamadi. And well, I mentioned it, they're having trouble getting back defensively, and those are the kind of highlights you're gonna have when you don't get back. And this time, out of bounds. Well, no worries, Daly says, I got it. I'll go get that ball for you, above the rim. And here it is, running in transition. Musa Kone, the recipient of a nice alley-oop pass from Mulare in that last action. Guadio now posting up the smaller guard, and he's gonna go to the free throw line. Well, everything going their way in this quarter. 15 points already for Côte d'Ivoire, and we still have 6 minutes remaining in the quarter. They had 19 points in the first quarter. Madagascar were only trailing by 3. Misses free throw, only shooting around 60% from the free throw line is Côte d'Ivoire. Inside, and they desperately needed that. So a nice pass and an even nicer finish is Johan. Corner 3. And do we have a late offensive foul called? We might. Let's take a look here. Well, there's a nice block by Sidreka, excuse me. This time, another three-point shot from Jonathan Cisse. This Côte d'Ivoire team, I think you need to give them more credit than they maybe get from outside, as the response by Sitraka, Mantoine. Cisse breaks the press. Kicks it to the corner. A little shake and bake by Zuzua. And no good. Gives the ball right back as he traveled in front of the referee. Court pressure here by Côte d'Ivoire. They do get it over though. Takes it all the way to the rack, and a nice left-hand finish by Matthias M. Madi. So Matthias getting it done for Madagascar. Got to get a few stops in a row though. And there they have one. Can they get stop and a score? Go inside. Joanne kicks it back out, inside out. Decides not to shoot it. This time they do on the baseline. And it's going to be a shot clock violation, though, as it was not out of his hands in time. Yebo goes inside. And a nice finish. Easy finish. Almost doesn't need to jump is Haumond. So Sydney Haumond getting some playing time in this game as well. And Côte d'Ivoire, other than their captain, Jean-François Kebe, everyone has played in this game. Again, another transition opportunity, and zero hesitation. Junior Ouattara, excuse me, knocks down his shot. And again, get back defense. And nice response though by Madagascar. There's Matthias. But again, here this was after a made basket and no one picking up Cisse. We had the statistics for how many points Côte d'Ivoire have scored in the first 7 or 8 seconds on their shot clock when they have the possession. It would be a lot, I imagine, as Yohan Radrimanjara has a 3 of his own. And strong tape, no foul. Sorry, there is a late whistle. So Yohan Radrimanjara going to the free throw line. Well, Madagascar, a little bit of a run here. They have 15 points in this quarter now. Let's not forget, they had about generous if I say they had 4 points with about 6 minutes left in the quarter. So the last 4 minutes, they've scored over 10 points. And that is why they're back in this game. And still a comfortable lead for Côte d'Ivoire, 45 points to 32. No good, in and out there for the offensive rebound and the putback. And a good job, Sydney Haumond. He's getting some nice playing time in this quarter for Côte d'Ivoire. As he already has more points than minutes played. Fancy basketball here for Madagascar. Can they make it count? And they do. Nice awareness with 5 orange jerseys inside the paint. Yebo almost has it stripped. Cisse, he's gonna shoot it if he's open. That time, no good. And Matthias comes up with a rebound. Nice outlet and an easy 2-point bucket. Probably the easiest of this quarter for Madagascar. It's only a 10-point lead now. Yebo open in the corner. No good. They could cut it to single digits before the half, and that would be a great feat considering what the score was roughly 4 or 5 game minutes ago. Oh, strong defense here. And a foul is going to be called, but Côte d'Ivoire have fouls to give. So they're going to reset the shot clock, though. So there will be roughly 1 possession, and they do have 2 more fouls to give, though. And a travel. Kiadi Majuro is shocked. And I'm not sure I saw it, but the referee was right there. So we have a timeout by Côte d'Ivoire, and I'm sure Coach wants to draw up a play with 12.9 seconds remaining before half.
I don't care, okay? We play thumb up with Kevin, okay, with Kevin. Yes, then I want, I want JP corner and Junior corner, okay? Screen with Kevin. JP, baseline and be ready to open, okay? Open opposite side. If Kevin is screen like this, okay, you come in this way, okay? And we let the space.
What second we set the screen?
8 seconds.
Let's see what Coach Ramos has drawn up for the last action for Côte d'Ivoire. They're shooting well from three-point range. I mean, they've already made 5. I said they make about 10 a game, so they're right at their average for this window. Cisse has it up top. He gets inside, kicks it out to Yebo. Yebo's shot at the buzzer, no good. And the offensive rebound was out of time. Well, what seemed like was gonna be a blowout for Côte d'Ivoire, Madagascar climbed back the last couple minutes of that second quarter, and they're only trailing by 10, 37-47 at halftime, folks. There are the statistics. Côte d'Ivoire doing a great job from 2-point range, 39% compared to 35 for Madagascar, and 50% from 3 from Madagascar. They just don't shoot a lot. And free throws more or less even, just Côte d'Ivoire shooting a lot more. And there are the rebounds, plus 10 for Côte d'Ivoire, assists plus 4, and turnovers equal. There, some of the top scorers, Cisse and Kone and Kouadio for Côte d'Ivoire, and Matthias and Maddie, 7 points, and Austin has 8. Sitraka with 7, and 6 points for the big man, Johan Radria Manjara. Well, we get to watch some highlights here of the second quarter, but folks, we got a game now. What was a big lead, it was an 18-point lead at one time for Côte d'Ivoire, and Madagascar never gave up, crawled back in this game. It's only a 10-point game, so we have a big second half coming up in a few minutes, and we will be back.
Let's get this party started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks.
Waiting time.
Both teams over the limit.
You have got to be kidding me!
Now Robinson to Pong. Finds Sabanda, bit of contact, counted, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Zuzwan knocking down the three.
In that time and space, Sabanda goes in and gets rejected. With Ibrahima Haidara's big time block.
Oh, nice action. Perfect offense. Great job cutting to the basket.
Gordon is swatted out of bounds. Oh no, not in this house. Radio, moving and scooping, driving in, laying it up. Crowd are loving it. There you go again. And pass stolen by Yevo leads to another break, and Molare goes up for the dunk. Look at this. Molare says, I want to be on the highlight reel. Here's Sidwaka. Oh, he goes for the block and dunk, and he gets swatted. And now the lob and the dunk. Look at this block. By Faye.
And wow! Dundao with a big time shot.
Video shows the handles. Oh, not sure about that finish. Oh my goodness! It's back to the basket. And Candy just flushes it. Extraordinary dunk. How many times are we going to see this? Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go tax to close out. Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
Well, some highlights from the top scorers. And that man right there, Jonathan Cisse, had a great first half. Mostly success from three, but not only from three. He's also getting it done for his teammates. He's had a nice, I would say Cisse has had a nice tournament so far for Côte d'Ivoire. Not tournament, excuse me, but a nice window. And top scorer for Madagascar, that man right there, Austin. Razilon Tovo. Well, like I said, their scoring has come in lumps and spurts, and they desperately needed his scoring in the second quarter, and he came up big for them, as Madagascar only trailing by 10 at half. And don't forget, this Côte d'Ivoire team were up 18 points at one point during the first half. We always talk about basketball being a game of runs, and tonight is no exception. We have 20 minutes of basketball. Madagascar looking for their first win in this window. They're currently 0-2. Cisse with 8, Kone with 7, and Kuadio with 7. For Côte d'Ivoire. And Jonathan Cisse, top scorer, 8 points. 6 of those come from the three-point line. And like I said, he's also getting it done with his teammates. 2 assists, has 1 steal to his name. Well, it's been a quiet day for Kiadi Majuro, the young 20-year-old Madagascan who, number 7, he's been averaging 20 points a game in his first 2 games for Madagascar. And Rasimo Jatovo, 8 points, M. Madi, 7, and Raharamin Antoinina, excuse me, 7 points. Yeah, well, we're still warming up here at half. Madagascar lost to Congo DR 87-79 on the first day, last Thursday. They lost to Senegal last night, 66-99, and they're currently trailing Côte d'Ivoire by 10, 37-47. We still have 20 minutes left of basketball to play. Côte d'Ivoire, on the other hand, beat Senegal the first night, Thursday, which was a very exciting game. A privilege to commentate that game. And, well, Senegal, the crowd was also amazing. And I thought Senegal were going to be able to pull it off, run away with it. And Côte d'Ivoire dug themselves right back into the game and came up with a big, big game on Senegal's home court. And then they beat Congo DR last night. And now up on Madagascar and could possibly go 3-0 and secure themselves a place in the second round of these FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, both teams heading back to the bench shortly to get some last-minute instructions by head coach John Duaglin for Madagascar and coach Miguel Ramos. And well, like I said during the first half, I wish we had a statistic that told me how many points Côte d'Ivoire had scored in the first 7 seconds of their possession, because it was a lot, folks.
Screen. First option, this pass. Okay, Tabe. Okay, and lay up. If we cannot, Kevin, hand off. Okay, and hand off with Nirre. After the hand off, you move to the middle. Stay, Semian. You move to the middle, and then now is Kevin, hand off with Nirre. Tabe, middle ball screen, Semian back screen. Got it? Yes? Let's go, guys.
Well, we got to hear clearly what Coach Ramos wants.
La qualité, du rythme, de la défense. On va tourner. Quand vous êtes assis, cherchez à récupérer, à souffler. Ok? Faut qu'on récupère. Ok, les gars?
Well, Coach asking them
Dans ce moment, nous allons
he says, at the end of his speech there, he says, listen, when you guys are tired, we're gonna rotate quickly. So when you're tired, try and recover quickly while on the bench. So like I said, this is the third game in four days. That takes a toll on your body, folks. And let's see if Madagascar can go on a run here. There's 20 minutes remaining in this game as they are down 10. Not sure what Coach Ramos is talking to the referee about, but welcome back, basketball fans. It is second half action here in Dakar, Senegal. Madagascar trailing Côte d'Ivoire 37-47. Côte d'Ivoire trying to go 3-0 in this window and book themselves a ticket to the second round of the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. And top 3 teams in a group of 4 in this first group phase will move on to the second round. And that shot front rim, so no good. Yebo there with the defensive rebound for Côte d'Ivoire. Three-point shot off the mark. Madagascar coach also talked about how, need to do a better job defensively. And I do think it's kind of been their weakness a little bit in this game. Just giving up easy buckets because they're not getting back on defense. Shot clock is gonna have to put a shot up. Kicks it out. And nope, that's gonna be a shot clock violation for Madagascar. So I think they had clock awareness, just no urgency. Inside out, shot fake, and goes to a pull-up. Nice offensive action there by Claudio. And that ball goes halfway in after the pick and pop action. And then just pops back out. It was a good shot though by Severin. And a foul from behind is going to be called on Marco, I believe, yeah. They dug themselves an 18-point hole. And they were able to bring it back. Just, it takes a lot of energy when you dig yourselves a hole. And you have to fight all the way back. And I'm not sure. It's not the easiest way to win a game, that's for sure, if you're Madagascar. Flush. I like how Boadillo did not settle, even though he was open at 3. 13 points now for that man. And it's going to be a 5-second call, so another turnover for Madagascar. So they've had a shot clock violation in this quarter already. Here it is, look at this. Extra pass, attacks the basket, no help side coming, so a great game. And front rim, so a lot of their shots have looked on. They're just hitting front rim, and that might be a sign of fatigue, folks. 37-53, little shake and bake. That shot in and out. And coming in for the defensive rebound is Hasina. Trying to go inside. And not able to as they turn the ball over. So already 3 turnovers in this quarter early for Madagascar. And unselfish basketball. Yebo diving in for the offensive rebound. And is going to go to the free throw line for 2.
Changement dans les Madagascar entre les 4 et 30.
Lare gives it up. Tap base hits the screen up top. They kick it to Yebo. Yebo with the spin move and beats the buzzer, I believe. So, oh, just passes to the wrong team. Look at this, Yebo. And Madagascar just look like they're uncomfortable out there, not connecting, getting frustrated with each other. And instead of trying to figure it out, they're more complaining to each other. Oh, going to the bench is Severin Rasulumanana. It's now a 20-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for Côte d'Ivoire. Madagascar have not scored yet in this quarter. difficult. And we're looking for their first win in this window. Tough shot at the elbow, but has to pull it up. And it hits the front iron as well. And Cisse thought about it. That was going to be a foul on the ground before the shot even went up. But the referee let the play go, so yeah, Bo. Nice footwork, nice finish. Cisse. Baseline. Very unselfish basketball by Côte d'Ivoire. I really enjoy watching the way that these guys play. And, well, they fell to Mali in the quarterfinals at the Afro-Basket, and I thought that they had a team that could have medaled at last year's FIBA Afro-Basket 2025 edition, where Angola won, and Mali went on a nice run at the end of the tournament. And that's sometimes the way tournaments go, right? And Côte d'Ivoire, they were 3-0 and then crossed over with Mali and lose to Mali in the quarterfinals, and their tournament is over. Well, 37 points still for Madagascar. No, sorry, 39 points now for Madagascar. Finally have scored for the first time in this quarter at the 5-minute mark. Tape, offensive rebound. He gets a finish. It was a 10-point game at halftime. Don't forget, Madagascar were trailing by 18 in the first half as well, and they dug themselves back late in that second quarter. And again, an issue. Oh, are you kidding me? Moulare with the flare and the exclamation point on that dunk in transition. Get back defense has been a struggle for Madagascar all night long. And how about that? Essemien Moulare. We have a timeout.
Il faut être en place. Si c'est 5, au contact, hop, partir, recevoir et imposer les écrans. 4, démarquage, pareil, des choses propres. Ils sont montés en pression et vous êtes en train de vous désunir. Surtout pas faire ça, ok? Restez bien concentrés sur tout ce que vous avez à faire. Vous avez le temps. Si vous avez pris du temps à monter la balle, prenez un mouvement court. 1 ou 3, mais jouez des choses propres, ok? Et le repli,
Well, coach just asking them to clean up their game. Jouer les choses propres, so just clean up your game. You have to work to get open, V-cut, make contact, get open at the right time, and not asking them to do anything spectacular either. And, well, they proved it in the first half that, you know, they're able to do those things. Just not sure they have the same, maybe conditioning, athleticism as Côte d'Ivoire have. They definitely don't have as big of a bench. And Daly has been quiet tonight, misses that shot, but comes up with his own offensive rebound. Kiadi Majoro, a very, very quiet night for that man. And he hasn't even attempted a lot of shot attempts either. He's attempted 4 shots. He's 0 of 4. Does have 3 assists. So, the young Frenchman, only 20 years old, obviously has a lot of responsibility on his shoulders for this Madagascaran team. Well, definitely a lot to take away from this game if you're Madagascar. I have to remember the game is 40 minutes long, and against good teams, you get out. Great pass. Talk about a touchdown pass. That was a perfect full court pass and a nice catch, and draws the foul is Citraka while also making the bucket. So going to go to the free throw line for one. Literally a touchdown. Could not have had a better baseball pass to the running big. So he's going to go to the free throw line for one attempt. And a possible three-point play from Madagascar. And it's nothing but the net. So it is a three-point play. 42-67. Cisse running the point for his team. Gets it to Cross, turnover, and another job. Great job getting out and running, so giving Côte d'Ivoire a little bit of a taste of their own medicine the last two possessions. A little bit of miscommunication. Cisse thought his teammate was in the corner. And nope, he was cutting to the basket. So another turnover for Côte d'Ivoire. But Madagascar gives it right back. It's going to be another highlight. Nope, just takes it in and a foul at the same time. Well, we don't need highlights all the time. Zuzua goes in strong. He's going to go to the free throw line. Madagascar again struggling with the length and athleticism sometimes defensively by Côte d'Ivoire. It's only the 13th turnover. I wouldn't say they've struggled necessarily with turnovers. I think they've struggled getting back defensively. And a lot of those are after missed shots where their shooting percentage has just been going down. And that one, no good. Kone with the offensive rebound, though, gets it back out. Cisse has it. Cisse shakes. Cisse bakes. Cisse hits nothing but the rim, the mesh. Well, Cisse having a big, big game. Crowd in the background. Cisse. Oh, the silencer. Able to silence it is Romain Farley. And the response, no good. And fight for the rebound. Madagascar come up with it. They have numbers. And I think we're going to have a foul before the pass. So Côte d'Ivoire had one to give, so it was a smart foul to take. Here it is, Cisse, shake, bake, splash. Well, a lot of Côte d'Ivoire fans out tonight, and I can guarantee you the gym is going to be packed when Senegal play later. Citraka makes the first. Citraka Ravarmantoine makes both his free throw attempts. So 49-73. We have roughly 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They go inside to Daly. Daly finds his big cutting, and his big throws it down easily. Well, when things are going well, things are going well. Moussa Kone with the flush for Côte d'Ivoire. Yadi Majuro. See what he can do on this last possession. Talented young 20-year-old. Tries to draw the foul, I think. Oh, well, he got the shot off. Almost made the basket. No good at the end of the clock. And they had another attempt, possibly, before the game clock ran out. And here it is, Kone. Cutting, flushing. Well, at the end of 30 minutes, we have a substantial lead for Côte d'Ivoire. They just exploded offensively, and they are up 49-75 over Madagascar. Oh, there the shooting percentage. Côte d'Ivoire, no surprise, 65%. I said Madagascar's percentages were going down in that quarter. We're doing a good job from three, 7-20 from three, 35%. As we get to watch some highlights from the third quarter. Well, we have 10 minutes remaining after those highlights from the third quarter. Madagascar dug themselves a little bit of a hole. Go ahead, pull out your phone and scan the QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, or log in via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of the world of FIBA basketball. Well, we got 10 minutes remaining. And it wasn't the fact that Côte d'Ivoire scored 25 points in that quarter. It was the fact that Madagascar only scored 12, and all 12 of those coming more or less after the halfway point, and that lob pass well off the mark. Yeah, I think they scored all 12 of their points in the last 5 minutes of the quarter. And it was just too little, too late in that quarter. So they're going to have to come out, get it done defensively, and that's exactly what they needed to do. Force Cisse into a turnover and get the ball back. Well, 49-75 with 10 minutes. And a turnover on their first offensive possession. That three-point shot, no good. And Côte d'Ivoire coming up with the rebound. Krog gives it up to Cisse. Cisse having a great game. Cisse, Krog, Kone, Utara on the court, and Daly for Côte d'Ivoire. And almost another turnover, but not able to hold on to it, though, is Austin. Kicks it to the corner, and no good. Yadi Majuro, very quiet game for that man. And, well, Côte d'Ivoire, first 2 points of this quarter go to them. As he now has 10 points. And the response is there by Côte d'Ivoire. Cisse, well, got to get up and defend him at the three-point line, especially the way he's playing. And that's going to open up some lanes with his quick first step. He has 14 points in the game. 16, excuse me. He had 14 before that layup. Shot clock winding down, and he makes it. And it's a 4-point play opportunity. He gets fouled on the shot as Kra gets into his space, and he's not able to land safely. So a big time bucket, and going to the free throw line, Citraka Raramantuan. Big play. A nice start to the quarter, folks. Madagascar crawling their way back up, and we have a foul on the other end. So Côte is going to go to the free throw line. Côte back iron on the second, but they almost come up with the rebound. I should say Utara single-handedly almost came up with the offensive rebound for Côte d'Ivoire, but no, Madagascar able to hold on to it. And now Utara fouls. I'm not sure it was really necessary to foul that far away from the basket. Seconds. Tough contested three-point shot. Made a couple today though, so why not? That time no good though. And nice pass from Mulare to Halmond, I believe it was. Yeah. And well, not the first time they've had a almost touchdown baseball pass transition. Look at this. Continuing to play as Madagascar, which is exactly what you want to see every time. And look at that, bench points compared to the two teams. 53 bench points for Côte d'Ivoire, 26 for Madagascar. And I've mentioned it throughout the game. And well, there for the flush. Sidney Halmond taking advantage of his minutes here in the fourth quarter. I said it before the game started, or definitely at halftime, heading into the second half, that Côte d'Ivoire do have a deeper, stronger bench. And when you play 3 games in 4 days, that is something that can definitely be a big advantage for a national team. As Mulare, are you kidding? Mulare just goes through about 2, 3, 4 defenders and finishes easily at the rim. then again, just get back defense. And I'd love to listen into this timeout, as I think we have a Madagascar timeout coming up, because they were there. They were in position to be ready to defend transition defense, fast break defense. And again, I don't know if it's fatigue or conditioning or not knowing where to go, where to be. And it's just way too easy. There you see the defense, the rebound count. Côte d'Ivoire have out-rebounded them 26-44, have doubled their offensive rebounds, and that is the points by quarter, folks. And for me, it wasn't the fact that Côte d'Ivoire scored 28 points. It's the fact that Madagascar only scored 12 points in that third quarter. And, you know, that's what ballooned to their big lead. They were only down 10 at half, and Côte d'Ivoire just defensively came up with stops. They got out, they were able to run like we're seeing the last couple of possessions. And well, Madagascar dug themselves, I think, too big of a hole. They started this quarter well, and then basketball is such a game of runs, and unfortunately when you're playing against a good team, if you let them go on too many runs at the end, it's going to be a big point differential. Well, there's a response out of a timeout, and that's exactly what coaches love to see, as Roman Farley hits a three-point shot, and he has 14 points tonight. Oh, miscommunication defensively. A great pass, a great read by the point guard, Mulare. It's almost as if he knew his teammate was going to be open on that out of bounds. And that shot in and out. And here is where Madagascar, they need to sprint hard to get back defensively and find a player. And again, no one really there to pick up Yebo, as they come back too late, and Yebo is going to go to the free throw line.
Changement de Madagascar entre ligne numéro 7 et ligne numéro 22. Sortie ligne numéro 21 et ligne numéro 12.
Yebo makes the first. And rolls in the second one. So a nice game Yebo is having. And don't forget Jean-François Kebe, captain Côte d'Ivoire. One of the most experienced players on the team, not playing tonight. And that three-point shot, no good. And not able to box out, so it is gonna stay Côte d'Ivoire ball, I think. And Yebo just does a good job Got to make contact on a backs out, not try and just jump with them. And this time, almost same type of situation, but definitely went off Mulari's hand last, so Madagascar with the ball. It is now a 29-point lead for Côte d'Ivoire. And nice roll, nice pass. Even better hands, though, by Halmond. And, well, doesn't matter. Referee saw a foul. Let's take a look. So there's the recovery. That was a lot of ball, that's for sure. These things always average out, in my opinion, at the end of a game. So going to the free throw line for Madagascar is Sidraka. And Sidraka, Monton knocks down both of his free throws. He's had a very nice game for Madagascar. Their leading scorer, 16 points for him, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in about 23 minutes of play. And again, get back defense. It just, their defense is not set. They're not ready to play. Maybe this is, you know, they need more time together, more time with coach for come up with what your basic defense is going to be. And great floater, Sidraka, adding to his game high total. And time. They're just so unselfish. As Sydney Halmond, as the Côte d'Ivoire fans are loving what they are seeing tonight from their fans, from their team. The fans are loving what the team is doing. Skip pass, corner, 3. Nice pass, nice find, great pass, I should say. As Matthias has 10 points, double-digit scoring for him. And Mulari takes the contact going up, so he's going to go to the free throw line. I don't think anything intentional about it. And that was the previous action, that dunk by Halmond. Kicks it out. Attacks the closeout. That shot well off the mark for Hasina. And a turnover, though. We have a 3-on-1. Open, 4-3. No good. Oh, almost. And I do think it hit the shot clock on top of the basket. A couple substitutions. 67-94. Nice take, but an even better follow. How about Sydney Halmond? what he has done in his minutes tonight for Côte d'Ivoire. 10 points, 5 rebounds in less than 10 minutes of play. Foul was called before. Oh, excuse me, it was a goaltending, so the basket was called before Hellman needed to even put the have that putback. Cisse checking into the game. Go inside, single coverage. And great job. Sidraka having a very big game for Madagascar. Plays professionally in France, obviously. A few of these Madagascan players play professionally in France. And Sidraka is one of them, of course. Averaged 13 points, 7 rebounds last year at the Afrobasket. And, well, this is a young, let's say a young federation. Never qualified for a World Cup. And Cisse is raining threes tonight. Almost a steal, and it is going to be not necessarily a steal, but a turnover. Cisse. The fans are loving it. That man, Jonathan Cisse, is going to be celebrated tonight. Look at this. Well, he was also left wide open. Not a player you can leave this open. Penetration and kick. Oh, nice cut to the basket. And that's going to be on the highlights, folks. Just a heads up play. No one there. He was open at 3, cut to the basket, made the pass easier, and flushes it home. Well, are they going to score over 100 points? They've got the time. Could it be that man? No, it's not. Let's see. Has he got it? No, 2 misses in a row. Jean-Philippe Daly, he's had a slow scoring outing. Hasn't really needed to score as well. He does have 2 points. He's doing everything else his team needs, but just not really finding a shot tonight. He's number 77 for Côte d'Ivoire. So back at the free throw line is Madagascar. And, well, it has been a very tough night for that young man. At the line, Kiadi Majuro averaging 20 points a game coming into this one. And makes the second. That's his first point of the game, folks. Obviously, when you average 20 points in your other 2 games, teams are going to focus against you defensively. And we have a foul. So back to the free throw line, I believe. is going to be about it, folks. Madagascar, kick it out. It'll count if it goes, but it doesn't. So a tough night, and Côte d'Ivoire, though, have to be all smiles because they are now 3-0 in this window, and they are going to be moving on to the next window. So that is it. They weren't able to score the 100 points as Côte d'Ivoire beat Madagascar handedly, 74-99. Well, they were all smiles after their Senegal win. I think there's some tired bodies. Bring out the Côte d'Ivoire flag, folks. They're moving on to the second round, that's for sure. After this window, and this is a team I truly believe we might see them back at the FIBA Basketball World Cup if they continue to play like this. They're going to have 3 more games coming up in window 3, but talk about success in window 1. And even Coach Miguel Angel Hoyo Ramos is all smiles and celebrating with his team, and I love it. They're going over and celebrating with their fans now. And, well, those fans were cheering on Cissé, that's for sure. They want Jonathan Cissé's signature at the end of this game because he was lights out tonight for them. He finishes with 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and he was on fire from downtown. And that is sport, folks. Seeing the players celebrate with their fans is something that you absolutely love to see. Well, it's going to be a Côte d'Ivoire celebration in Dakar, Senegal tonight. And quick look at statistics. Côte d'Ivoire 67%, 42. Madagascar, a better job from 3. And, well, they also did a good job from the free throw line. They were out-rebounded, though, by 21 rebounds. 8 more assists for Côte d'Ivoire. Turnovers more or less the same, in my opinion. And obviously, Sitraka Raramantuananina with 20 points. Cissé, 19, I already mentioned him. Guadillo had 15 for Côte d'Ivoire. Yebo getting it done. He had 13 and 8 rebounds. How about Sidney Hallman coming off the bench, though? 10 points, 5 rebounds in 10 minutes of play. He's proving to coach that he is someone you can rely on to get more playing time when needed. And Madagascar, well, Matthias M. Madi, he had 12 points. Obviously, we talked about Sitraka, player of the game for me, for Madagascar, 20 points. And the biggest, I don't want to say shock, but Kiadi Majaro, the young 20-year-old, obviously it was not his night. He only finished with 1 point, and that came at the end of the game from the free throw line. He had 2 rebounds. He did have 6 assists, though. And, well, he had to have been a player who was a point of emphasis for Côte d'Ivoire to shut down. And it's definitely going to be a learning game for him. And I cannot imagine, he's such a talented young point guard. Kiadi Majaro will be able to bounce back and learn from this game. We get to watch some highlights from the 4th quarter. And Madagascar outscored Côte d'Ivoire in that last quarter, 25-24. It was just they dug themselves way too big of a hole in the 3rd. Only scoring 12 and giving up 28 for Madagascar, for Côte d'Ivoire. Well, there it is right now. Group B, game day 3, Côte d'Ivoire. They are finishing this window 3-0, folks. Senegal 1-1, Congo DR 1-1. And, well, there's going to be a team that is 2-1 after the game coming up right after this one as we see the players coming out for their warm-up. Senegal taking on Congo DR very shortly. And that is it from us here. Madagascar falling to Côte d'Ivoire 74-99. Côte d'Ivoire will finish 3-0 in this window 2 on game day 3. And don't go away for too long because we have more basketball coming up in about 30 minutes. But from this game and myself, good night.
À partir de 21h, le match du Sénégal, RD Congo. Bienvenue à tous les 12e Kaini, les supporters, mention spéciale à vous. Bienvenue à toutes les femmes des joueurs. Madame Blanco dans la maison, Marie Lasta. Madame Bachi. Moment Jordan is coming back. And Jordan will serve. Jordan. Jordan.